So thank you everybody who helped support this rescue mission. It's halfway complete. Okay, Operation Ark is halfway complete. We have got the animals safely out of Afghanistan. We could not get the staff out. The Taliban put a AK-47 assault rifle in my face and told me the staff were not going to be allowed any further through to the airport. So we had to turn around and they allowed me to go through. They said, take your dogs and cats. We don't care. So the Taliban allowed me through to the airport. So those dogs and cats are now safely in quarantine and in kennels here in London. I've got to say, DEFRA, UK Border Force, Heathrow Operations Centre, when we arrived, were absolutely amazing. Those guys rocked, and girls, those guys all rocked. They made it such a smooth process for something that they've never undertaken before. So the dogs and cats are safe. Please don't ring up the kennels or the quarantine trying to see if you can adopt a Nowzad dog. Okay, they've got to go through their health checks, all of them. It has annoyed me quite a bit with what some of the papers are posting. All of our animals were fully vaccinated before they left Afghanistan as per DEFRA. So please don't listen to what you read in the papers all the time. So those animals are still being processed though, and they need time to adjust. So we will post on the Nowzad website, nowzad.com, in probably around about 2 weeks' time. We will start the process for adopting those dogs and cats that need homes. Okay, so thank you everybody who's been giving us messages. We're not even going to look at adoptions at the moment. Our priority is the staff. Okay, we still need to get the staff out. So some of you have mentioned about your donations were for the staff. Absolutely 100%. I haven't stopped. Okay, I'm still on the freaking Red Bull, trying to stay awake. And so is the whole of the crisis response team that's still ongoing. We're still working on our plan for the staff, okay? So Operation Ark isn't over. It's partially complete, and that's why I'm not celebrating. We're not having a party until we get our staff out. Okay, so to recap, all the dogs and cats are safely in quarantine or kennelling here in the UK. Sadly, we lost 6 cats. That was due to the tear gas attack that we had as we were forced out of the airport at gunpoint. But everybody else has made it, and they're all now being obviously looked after and finishing their requirements for DEFRA so they can be released, or they will continue into quarantine depending on their blood tests. But we did not bring diseased animals back to England. That was somewhat of a factual report by one newspaper. Those of you who've seen obviously my explosive voicemail that I left, a certain special advisor, Peter Quinton, to obviously Ben Wallace. I do apologise for my language. I shouldn't have said those words that I did. I don't apologise for obviously the voicemail I left him, but I do apologise for my language. It was such desperate times. It was one of the lowest points of the operation when I truly thought none of us were getting out, due to obviously what the MOD was doing at the time. And I'm still quite shocked that the MOD has time to try and go after me rather than actually concentrate on the fact that the Taliban are in power in Afghanistan and there are still thousands of people left behind. But that's politics, I guess. So all of the animals are safe. The ones that got out, that got to the UK, they're in quarantine. But please don't ring the quarantine kennels. And if you could just stop emailing Nowzad at the moment. We've got obviously thousands of requests for adoptions. We're absolutely amazed by that, but we just can't process them at the moment. Our only mission we've got is for the people, okay, for the staff that we've had to leave behind. And the Nowzad family, you guys have been absolutely amazing in making all of this, possible. So please, just give us a little bit of time. Like I said, we've got to sort out our website. We'll update it with which animals obviously are available, because not all of them are available. I'm going to disappoint some of you now, but obviously little Ewok, that's Kaiser's dog. I think she'll fight you to obviously hand him over. So yeah, little Ewok is already taken. That's Kaiser's dog herself. So yeah, I'll post all the details of dogs and cats that need homes probably in about 2 weeks. We've got to concentrate on our staff. That is the only priority that we've all got now. Hence why I still look like I've just freaking woken up. So I'm in a quarantine hotel in Oslo. The reason I came here is obviously Kajsa is here. So when I finish my quarantine, I can see her. And then I'll be heading straight back to United Kingdom. And then hopefully not have to do any more quarantine. I am double vaccinated. It's just Britain doesn't recognise my double vaccinations because they were done in Afghanistan and not in the UK. But it is AstraZeneca. So thank you everybody. Your Nowzad family, you guys have been absolutely amazing. I mean, beyond amazing. I truly cannot thank you all enough for what you've done so far. But like I say, it's not over. All right, so keep standing by. We may need your help going forward again. We've got to correct some of these inaccuracies that are being posted in the press. I was literally, I think I was the last British civilian to leave that airfield. I asked the British military if they want space on our aircraft for people. They said no. Remember, the airport had closed the day before to any civilians trying to get in. That was due to President Biden, not anything else. So we did not take the place of interpreters or people who'd worked for the government. I got in independently through the South Gate by talking and making arrangements with the Taliban, not with the British military. When we took off, I had empty seats on that aircraft because the British military had already confirmed that anybody who was in that airfield had already been airlifted before me. I think my flight actually took off just after the last British flight to leave Afghanistan. So at no time did I or this operation take away any military resources. It was actually US service personnel who were sat on the airfield waiting for their flight home who actually helped me load the aircraft. And there was a couple of British soldiers there who helped as well, just as they were running for their aircraft. So all this stuff in the press is just, to quote a MP who's used the same words, bollocks. All right. We didn't take up any military assets. There are going to be some points I'm going to raise at a later time of obviously why we couldn't get the staff out, but now's not the time. We are concentrating 100% on our staff and to get them out of Afghanistan. So thank you everybody for that. Absolutely amazing. Some of you asked about obviously working dogs that were left at the airport. Sadly, I know nothing about that. I did not see any working dogs at the airport. And I obviously don't know if any were left behind because I didn't see any. And then when I left on the 29th, I think it was, the 29th, obviously the Americans were still there for another full 24 hours. So I honestly don't know what happened, what they did. The staff are amazing. They're the ones who are still there now. They're still having to obviously go through it and they are absolutely terrified. So we are going to get them out. Operation Ark is only 50% complete. Thank you. Yes, don't listen to the media. They do talk, obviously, that B word. The soldiers on the airfield, by the way, the soldiers on the airfield, the British soldiers are absolutely amazing. All right, the individuals, the just normal guys and girls were absolutely amazing. But obviously, it's the powers that be, isn't it? I can't believe the Ministry of Defence, who I served for 20 years, wants to go at me. Just don't get that. Yeah, we all know what we use. We put fish and chips in. Yeah, I get that. Staff are good. They're good, but they're terrified. They're all safe for now, but they are good.